Are you nervous? Are you nervous? Wow, that's good. All right, so were you expecting to get to the hot seat tonight? You were expecting to get to the hot. Wow, beautiful. So we can say this is dreams come true. So let's see how you can get to the promised land. You have two lifelines. Ask the audience or you ask me. I hope I can help you. All right. So the first question is for 1,000 naira. Come on. What is the term for an organism that can survive in extremely harsh environments such as volcanoes or deep sea vents? Are they called extremophile, parasite, symbiont, or anaerobe? Organisms that can survive in extremely harsh environments such as in volcanoes or deep sea vents. I want to believe little Christ is asking from Christ. You have two lifelines. They can survive in extremely harsh environments. Okay? You want to ask a question. You want to ask me a question. Okay, okay, okay. Deep sea vents. Ah, how should I know? Well, the competition doesn't permit me to give an explanation for the question. Yes, thank you. The hot seat is really a hot seat. Extremophile, parasite, symbiont, or anaerobe. Option D. I think I should remind you there are 5 questions for you in total, and you have two lifelines. There are 5 questions for you in total, and you have two lifelines. Is option D your final answer? Okay. Use a lifeline. Which one do you want to use? You want to ask me? Why? Leave me now. I beg. Okay. Lifeline, ask the host. Lifeline, ask the host. Okay, so what do I think? I think parasites, from what I remember from my basic biology, parasites and hosts, they feed on the host, the host do not gain something from them and all. I think, ah, seen by hunt, uh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think so. When you were saying anaerobes, I was in between two options. I think I should tell you the truth. Extremophile and anaerobe. They were the two options I was checking and looking at. But the reason I have a higher percentage for extremophile is because in the question I'm seeing extremely. But there's something about science. At times they don't use the words direct. That's where my issue is. But anaerobe, from my understanding of science, I don't know. I'm not too sure. I cannot say anaerobe. If there's one option that say I am asked anywhere, because the options look strange, I would go for extremophile because I am seeing extremely, extremely, extremophile. All right, let's communicate.
Okay, I went for anaerobe
Yeah.
because, of course, in areas with volcano, there is no oxygen, and deep sea, there is no oxygen too. And extremophile looks like a made of wind.
You think like a scientist. I must commend that. I wasn't thinking that way. I was not thinking that way. And that is actually a good thought. That is actually a good thought. No oxygen in volcanoes, deep sea vents. Deep sea, we are talking about. Are we talking about uh, deep sea, like under the sea now, when we are talking about deep sea? Because maybe we think deep sea, okay, what do we now call vents? There's something we call vents, ventilation pipes. For example, an example of vent is your toilet, the pipe outside, we call it a vent. That is a vent. So deep sea vent, now combine it. Anyways, well, anaerobe, it looks like yeah, science makes up name, and at the same time, it still goes well. So I don't know. For me, I'm still looking at extremophile, but I think it's left to you. I've tried. I've tried. You still have a lifeline. All right.
I will go with anaerobe.
You will go against me and go with anaerobe. Is anaerobe your final answer? Final answer, anaerobes. From my screen here, thank God we did not pick symbiont. Thank God we did not pick parasite. Two options were eliminated here, and the two options are parasite and symbiont. Left with two options, the anaerobe and the extremophile I was thinking of, because of the extremely in the question, of course. Little Christ, it will interest you to know that really we couldn't have selected parasite and symbiont. But we had the option to pick between extremophile and anaerobe. We had the option. Actually, I said it earlier that I don't know much. I picked extremophile, and sadly, you are not correct. The answer is extremophile. Thank you for coming to the hot room. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of Who Wants to Be a Scholar. And at the end of Who Wants to Be a Scholar, we have just how many winners? Two winners. The first winner with a sum of 5,000 naira, and the second with a sum of 5,000 naira, with a total number of how many participants in total? How many participants for this final? 5. I think I tried my best. So, I want to appreciate every participant for coming and for showing up tonight. Thank you for taking time to be present tonight. I am really grateful for your time. It was such a wonderful session and an interesting session. Yes, Who Wants to Be a Scholar 2.0 is coming soon, and you have to watch out. And it's coming back better. It is coming back better than this. You can apply. I said, for all of you, you automatically qualify for 2.0 because you were all participants in 1.0. So whatever the modality is, we'll communicate it as soon as the time comes around. And for our viewers, thank you for joining us on Who Wants to Be a Scholar, the first of its kind. Thank you. Have a good day or have a good night. Goodbye.